Hello. Today we are going to. He's ready for. We're not doing the same video today, Pippi. Um, when I went on my walk today, I saw two big. I saw a big rabbit, the kind of rabbit that has long legs and really long ears, and then I saw a regular looking rabbit with short legs on the same path. And I thought about talking about this how to combine the tortoise and the hare ideas where the rabbit loses the race because he's trying to go too fast. Well, that idea changes when you are thinking about how preparation seems like you're never going to get to where you want to go, but then all of a sudden you're able to work at a faster pace because you've taught yourself how to do so many things. And I'm saying things. Okay, here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to discuss my feelings along with the activities and my fears. In the beginning, when I first came across you, there was something that happened which I started crying, and we talked about Tears for Fears, the song, and that felt like a bonding moment between us. And it's memories are hard to go back to and remember very specifically when a lot of these things were mental, and you know what I'm saying. But I'm using that Tears for Fears thing to go over what my fears are today. I wrote you a poem, a brief poem that I'm going to sing out loud, which connects to the ab workout. And let's see. What I am noticing is I am pulling back because I think my ideas, such as everybody already knows how to do these exercises, and I'm not a I don't want to be reteaching things that people already know how to do, but that's not the point. The point is that I'm trying to allow you to get to know me. And how are you going to do that if you don't see the way I think or the way I put ideas together or the kinds of activities I do? And how are you going to get to know me if I don't tell you how what you're doing has an effect on me, and how my own worries can inhibit me from coming completely out to be emotionally expressive or connective, because I get in the place of wondering if it's real, and I keep having to coach myself about that, because it doesn't make sense to me that anybody would dedicate such a long a big piece of their life to a person that they didn't care anything about. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you could pay attention to anything in the world that you wanted to pay attention to. Anybody. And I'm getting a little bit tripped up on my words. It seems like a lot of times it sounds so much better before I am about to start talking about it. But anyway, so I feel that let me sing this poem I wrote, and then we'll talk about it. My struggle with regret has become a part of a body map which our love set. You have given me a way to kiss my sorrow, from tattooing your birds, the swallows. You reassure me about my age, and you don't ask, I repress my rage. You are my soulmate. There was no mistake. Here's Bertha. Bertha. Okay. So, how does that make me feel, trying to make myself certain about what I believe that you're doing, when I'm afraid of other things that you might be doing? It makes me feel much like a turtle. In the way that I want to come out and be all kinds of mushy and do all kinds of loving things, because that's what I like to do. But in the same element, I want to protect myself from getting hurt. And I'm always sort of in that, but it's a lot different trying to put your heart on the line for wanting to be in a relationship. I'm real feeling weird about the white powder after I talked about putting up wood walls. I'm like, that thought has got me several times as to that comparison. Quit Bertha. That comparison with combining the sugar part of cane and agriculture, and also with the ability and skill and able and everything that y'all put together with that idea. That there's some parts of that it takes me in a lot of different directions thinking about it. It really does. However, these exercises I'm going to keep doing, okay? I'm going to keep doing it. You're going to see me as I am, and I'm going to work at it. I'm going to work at it. Trying to communicate my feelings in response to what I'm taking in and what I'm afraid of and what I'm excited about, and to make sure that I am not trying to, what would you call it? I don't want to be too hard, but I also don't want to be too soft. Does that make better sense? Okay, now we're going to do a few ab exercises, and I'm going to tell you what they're called. It was helpful for me to go back and look at the squat video, the squat redemption video, and think about those concepts of donkey kicks and the fire hydrant and the leg raises, and see how those concepts went into that whole squat shame thing that went on for a while. And this poem kind of does too. Let's read the poem one more time. My struggle with regret has become a body map of love you set. You have given me a way to kiss my sorrow, from tattooing your birds, the swallows. You reassure me about my age, and you don't ask, I repress my rage. You are my soulmate. There was no mistake. Now, when it comes to rage, I think it's important to allow yourself to yell sometimes. But even after posting that video about how I am upset, it doesn't feel like myself. It doesn't feel like myself. It's like I had the desire to want to delete that being angry one, but I'm restraining or keeping myself from deleting it because I don't want to treat a person like that. But also, it's important because if things keep accumulating on you, one thing after the other thing after another thing, and you're just like, stop, and it comes down to you having to yell about it so that people will leave you alone because you feel like you need your boundaries to be stronger. You don't like it that people are nosy, okay? You don't like that. That is the kind of thing that we need to work at. We don't need to let things snowball where you do feel like you need to get into a rage. You need to deal with it. Whatever comes up, deal with it right then and there. And because I would say that I'm a very considerate person, but I do not like the type of person that is a pest type person that just seems like their only mission in life is to get a rise out of you. I can't stand people like that. It's like you just want to fucking whack them. I don't. It's like, do you have any other mission plan that you actually care about besides being a fucking pest? You know, that's the main thing. But anyway, here is the communication could solve a lot of these things where you could maybe perceive things in a better way. But how can you perceive something in a better way if there's not good communication? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Ab day. This is a ab roller wheel. That's the first one we're going to do, and I'm going to go through 10. And here you are. We are getting to know each other. Okay. Oh, yeah, the other thing that like irritated me was somebody wrote, shout out to those kind of people who can start gardens when they can't even keep up with their own laundry. I was like, I had to give myself a pep talk from that asshole. Because, look, it takes, whatever you do about your laundry is your business because you're in your own house. Now, if you sat there and you're trying to evaluate how you're doing when it comes to your own chores, that's your business. I could count up 1,000 things that I've taught myself how to do. And if you're going to try and make a comparison about sticking some clothes in a hole and pushing a button in comparison to my having taken all of that time to build a fence and make garden beds and grow food and build that fish pond and learn every intricate thing, plus be writing about it and doing all these educational things online and sharing all about that, that's a fucking asshole. That's a fucking asshole, and you don't need anybody trying to mix up with your business who's going to be trying to do something like that. You take inventory of the things that you're actually doing and learning how to do with yourself, and you be fucking proud of it. You be proud of it. Because there are reasons why you were given whatever exercises that you were given to do, however those transpired, to get you into the position where you want to be. And you want to compare yourself to somebody who's sitting on their ass keeping their laundry off the floor. That's ridiculous. And as I said before, if you are a matriarch or a patriarch or whatever you want to call it of your own house, and some nosy person who is doing almost nothing with themselves wants to be pointing their finger at you, that's not going to work. I don't even think that you would be able to keep your own children in your house for too long once they become an adult age, because you're going to be butting heads about how you want to have your household managed. You can't put adult women together. That doesn't work. Because it does not. It does not. I can't think of any circumstance where that would work, but I'm going to continue to allow myself to vent about these things. Okay. Now I'll have to, I don't know how. I just go down as far as I can get. Women should not be going around trying to compare themselves to each other. I've said this comment before, that if you're trying to get a mate, a partner is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just somebody to have sex with. Then there's not any reason to compare yourself to a bunch of other women. You need to be becoming the person that you want to be with your partner. Not worrying about all that other stuff about how other women run their households. It's like that's stupid. Okay, this is called a medicine ball. It is 12 pounds. No, that's 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, what else do we want to do? This one. Okay, let me look at my chart real quick. Okay, this is a stand-up one. We'll do 5, like I've been doing 5 days. So we just go side crunches. Quit. 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then we have my ab. Thing. Okay, I have left my grow light on today. So, symbolically. No, Pippi. Good Lord. Okay, well, these videos are also good because I'll be able to go back and see how I've strengthened myself maybe 6 months from now or so, and I can see how my form has improved to do some comparison. Because how are you going to know if you're not able to look at yourself? One more. Let's do one more. Okay. This is called a V up. V up. Move it! Okay. Now. All right. This is the kind of way I think that we should get to know each other. Just open, honest, not trying to hide anything, getting over trying to think that you have to be so different from everyone else or whatever it is. There's nothing to worry about that much. Say whatever you think. See what happens, because if you're not saying what you think, then how are you going to expect to even develop this relationship? So I still am curious if I am picking up on what is going on. But anyway, kissing your tattoos, that's what I was talking about in the poem, as a way to bond through emotional connection.